All right, because you trying to make choices here with options, and some of y'all don't know which way to go. Okay. Some of y'all don't know which way to go in work specifically. Work, which that did come out in the pre-shuffle, but it's coming out here now. Some of y'all don't know which way to go in work. You feel confined in your work. You looking for better options. Some of you may even feel like it's not enough options for you. Some of y'all juggling money, Taurus, and you just feel like, ooh, you all in your head about it. You're feeling confined, baby. Some of y'all, this is relationship wise as well, but it's mostly work here on this table, Taurus, and just feeling like you need to do something different, like you need to like you need to start over. Some of y'all in y'all heads thinking about this too. It's work all over this. Oh, you thinking about how to get that fresh pentacle, honey. You got your eye on it. This was on the bottom of the deck. This is so funny because this is what came up. I did 2 pre-readings on you guys, to be exact. But the energy here is so strong on this. I'm going to talk about this first. I'm going to get your theme cards out here, and then I'm going to talk about your pre-shuffle, okay? But this is at the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. We got y'all sitting here in your heads and all that kind of stuff, you know. Whew, trying to... It came up in the pre-reading that some of you guys were dealing with, you know, the emperors who came up, but this didn't really come up. This came up more like a emperor, more like maybe like a job or something, a boss or something. It was that kind of emperor, not like a negative emperor. It's probably kind of like, and this is what this is to me, this ego card, feeling tied and feeling bound to that emperor. That emperor to me in your pre-reading was some type of a structure. That's what that emperor, it was a structure, like a marriage, like a job, but it wasn't necessarily negative, you know. It's just being tired, having to start over, probably voicing it as well. You feel it. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. You feel it. You unhappy here. This is in the reverse on its own in my deck. Y'all know from watching these videos that when this happened, on its own in my deck, you know, it's of significance. This 10 of Pentacles being in the reverse, you unhappy, and it's work all over this situation. It's work all over this situation, but love did come up in some in the pre-reading for some of y'all. So some of y'all, it's a shake-up with your whole life. But see, we're gonna have to talk about it, Taurus, for the simple fact Uranus has entered your sign, baby, and get comfortable in your uncomfortability. I'm going to just say that much, okay? In love and in work. Go ahead and get comfortable because it's about to go down, okay? Get comfortable, get settled, and get in tune with this High Priestess because that's what's going to make shit easier for you, okay? Taurus. So let me put this to the side. We already know what the High Priestess talking about, you know. Simply put, some of y'all meditating on how to get fresh coins moving, fresh starts moving, even though it's mostly work and thought about work on this table. For some of y'all, it's work and love because your life is being shook up. I can see from the pre-reading due to the fact of just changes that you are trying your best not to let fall through. But Taurus, baby, Uranus is not having it. If you got marriages ending, relationships trying to end, you finding out about, you know, third party situations and heartbreaking stuff like that, like Taurus, that's Uranus shaking up your whole damn life. And let me tell you, it's gonna be happening for more than a few years, more like 5 or 6 years. So get comfortable, like I said, in your uncomfortability, okay, Taurus? Because baby, Uranus is not here to play, okay? Trust me, I know. This from personal experience. Uranus is going to make you so uncomfortable and so boxed in and so refined and restrained that you are not going to have any choice but to come out of that damn box. I promise you, okay? It's right here. Options. Some of y'all understand that I could see on the table though. But from the pre-shuffle, some of y'all fighting that. And I just explained to you how that's going to go for those of you who are fighting that. But some of you guys are not. You are sitting back and meditating on your options. You are in your head about new options when it comes to work, business. Some of you all want to stop working for others and start working for yourself. Some of y'all want to go back to school to do something else altogether. I can see up here. Yeah, some of y'all tired of juggling multiple priorities and not having enough coin for that. You're tired of the damn struggle, okay? You feeling some type of way, but you feeling this way because the universe here, Taurus, is trying to bring you in something else, baby. So it is making you uncomfortable on purpose, okay? In your relationships, in your work, and it's going to be in other things too, because the point is to push you out of your comfort zone and into where you need to be, where you want to be, where you should be. You are outgrowing your shell, Taurus. You outgrowing your box, baby. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I know you don't like the move sometimes, but Uranus don't play that at all. So yeah, that's absolutely what I see here on this table. Some of y'all are just trying to move like very wise. You're trying not to be quick to move, which is okay, because up here you do need to be thinking about your options. You do need to be meditating on what's the best route to take, and you should be in your head, because anything of importance, you need to be acting the way that you acted, especially when it comes to bringing in new opportunities right here, okay? Especially when it comes to bringing in new opportunities, you need to be thinking. You need to be thinking and not worrying. You need to be thinking of better solutions. Come out of worry, because that's not going to help, because the changes are coming anyway, okay? They are coming anyway. Let me bring both of these up here too. They are coming anyway, okay? So those of you who are already on track with this, with the movement, okay, because it's definitely a movement. The sky's not here to play with you, Taurus. Then you're doing the right thing. You need to be in your head thinking about your next move, because your next move needs to be your best move, you know. And every time you make a move for the next few years, it needs to be your best. The moves need to get better and better, okay? You know, especially here when it comes to mostly work, Taurus, but for relationships too. You know, for relationships too, because Taurus is the house of relationships. And you know, everything is a relationship, even work relationships are a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's not just love, Taurus. Okay, baby? So your reading is very cut and dry, straight to the point. And I haven't even talked about the pre-shuffle or got the theme cards out here, but I just felt compelled here to go ahead and start discussing this here. Okay? Some of y'all are juggling options or juggling choices, and you trying to figure out what's the best choice to make. For some of y'all, that could be a person too. For some of y'all, that could be a person. You ain't just juggling money. You juggling people, situations. Because you are trying to figure out where the best outcome is going to come from. Okay? All right. Let me get some theme cards out here and see if there's more layers to this Taurus. Yep. Relationships. relationships. All right. We got, here we go. We got the Knight and the Femme Fatale. Again, some of y'all going through some relationship, love situationships. Okay. Let me look at this though closely. Yeah, some of y'all are making choices about lovers. Where is the coin when it comes to the lovers that you were juggling? Because you're trying to make your next move your best move. It's not just about just messing around all willy-nilly anymore, Taurus. For you or somebody else, this could be a water sign, another earth sign, a air sign. We got water, earth, and air on this table, okay? You know, some of y'all are trying to make the best choice. Because these are not just any moves. These are money moves. These are power moves. And you don't, Taurus, you or somebody else does not, Taurus. There's so much earth here, it's not even funny. You don't have time for any more romantic delusions. You're trying to go where the coin is. But this could be someone else coming towards you, Taurus, because you could be the person that, you know, that they deem to be very solid. They deem to be a person that's going somewhere and doing things and that's going to push them to be a better person, you know? With advocate right here. You know, you could be inspiring somebody. You could be this knight or this woman. You could be this man or this woman. Or you could be inspiring, the one inspiring this man or this woman, okay? Helping them to put things into action. Helping them to make wise and conscious decisions. Helping them to decide which way to go and what to do. Maybe you are inspiring them, okay? Maybe even helping them, okay? Virgo, okay? Virgo. But it's so much earth here. Not Cancer. But yes, we do have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here, okay? Here go the Hermit right here. You know what I'm saying? Getting enlightened here about what's happening in your life, what's breaking down in your life, what's the next best move in your life, okay? Focusing on your life, okay? And some of y'all could have somebody helping you with it. Or like I said, you could simply be inspired by someone else's work. Someone else is inspired by your work. Collaborations possible in the future, okay? This is your collaboration right here. Some of you all are going to have unexpected help. Some of y'all going to have some unexpected help, unexpected windfalls, unexpected help, unexpected windfalls, because these changes are meant to be here, Taurus. In all of your relations, baby. In all of them. Love, work, whatever. Partnerships. It's all relations. It's all relations here, okay? Period. Period. You got all the earth signs here. All the water signs here. all the air signs here. I don't even know if any fire even came up in any of your in anything. It's not here on the table. I don't think anything even came up in your pre-shuffles, Taurus. But let's talk about your pre-shuffles. When I did your first pre-shuffle, this for y'all in these relationships that's breaking down, okay? When I did that first pre-shuffle, I was like, but who are you fighting though? That was like my first question, like, who are you fighting? I just feel like somebody is not, getting what they want, you know, or they're not getting it how they want, you know, when they want, how they want. It ain't looking the way that they want it to look, and so forth and so on. And from the looks of it, it just feels like, Taurus, you or somebody else is on to the next, because Taurus, you or somebody else is trying to like get what you want, and you are working to get it. But I don't know if like someone is like standing in your way, because I kept saying, who are you fighting? Who are you fighting? It's like it just felt like someone was standing in the way of what you were trying to do, who or what you were trying to get to. And maybe that's what you were sitting here meditating on. Maybe that's what you said. Maybe that's what you're sitting up here meditating on. Now, how am I going to get this? How am I going to get this coin to fall? You know what I'm saying? This coin could be anything. It could be love, work, whatever. I don't know. But it felt like somebody was standing in your way or something like that, because I felt like you were fighting something or someone, But I also saw that like in your pre-shuffle, Taurus, that like some of you guys like got wind that like your partner, they ain't been doing the right thing, or vice versa, and somebody's just like But again, Taurus, Uranus is entering your house of real, and you are there with relationships, Venus, the Empress, love, all of that, everything is changing. The game is about to change for y'all, like, period. What you were once dealing with, over the next few years, that's about to morph into something else, or at least how you deal with those relationships or these relationships is about to morph, like at the very least. And Taurus, I also feel from the pre-shuffle that some of y'all like a little confused, but you like, it's fine, whatever. Like some of y'all just kind of like, you going with the flow, but you feel some type of way about it, Yeah. So what else I saw in the pre-shuffle is that some of you maybe having trouble like in work this week. Some of you might even be like thinking about like quitting your job, or like quitting your job, or maybe you just thinking about it at the very least this week, like not really quitting your job. I mean, some of you might, but at the very least, like at least thinking about it. It just felt like for some of you, work, like it keeps you stuck. It keeps you unbalanced in a way. This could be love relationship also, because that did come up in the reading. I see you guys like waiting and watching out for like something new this week, like school, a job, a new relationship, something like you looking for better options to like, which they came up here on the table, looking for better options to like expand and grow up here, especially in work. I can't stress that enough. I just really can't. Taurus, I feel like some of you guys, because some of you all I can see here is like carrying these changes better than others. And some of you all just really just may need to like really muster up the strength to like juggle priorities at this time, along with all these changing situations and confusion and just uncomfortability. Right now, you may be feeling like the push to like pause, on all things that's like not working to your benefit. The push to pause on all things that's not working to your benefit. Like you thinking on these situations, looking for a new path, feeling damn vulnerable, like I said, confused, and just you don't like coming out of your comfort zone, but it's time. It's time to move. It's time to move because these situations are going to begin to suck the life out of you. Uranus is not here to play. It's here to shake and move, baby. Listen, be a rebel. Because that's what you're supposed to be right now. Okay? Be a rebel. That's what Uranus is. It's a rebel. It thinks outside of the box. It moves outside of the box. You can't hold that down, okay? Listen. It is what it is. Change is abroad. Okay? Taurus, and following your intuition on anything that is not coming in the way that it should or the way that you want it to, cancel it or rectify it. Unless you want to make this trip with Uranus extremely difficult on yourself, okay? This goes for everything, relationships and work. So the push that you are feeling this week, Taurus, some of you guys, it's here to stay for a while, okay? The only thing I can say is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Move with the tide. Don't go against it because it's moving you for the better, okay? All of that. I just felt the urge to say broken relationships and broken marriages again, too, especially because, I know that, a lot of Tauruses, once they hit relationships, they don't really move like that. They are some ride or dies, okay? So you may be feeling some type of way, baby. But it is what it is. You hear me? All right, Taurus. Have a good week and you'll be just fine. Bye.